am back with a new Get Ready With Me, and today I'll be doing something a little more basic. This makeup is actually inspired by Instagram pictures because, you know, sometimes I like to browse around, like scroll through around my Instagram feed, right? And I see a lot of these girls like having this a bit of like American makeup look with the very on fleek eyeliner, on fleek eyebrows, the Instagram girl makeup look. They all look very sophisticated and chic, and I feel the only difficult part is that you just gotta try to make everything look like it's super on fleek and very precise. Okay, so to start off, as always, I'll be using my favorite Guerlain Gold Primer. I feel like I cannot live without this gold primer. But sometimes I'll switch around other primer because this is just so expensive to use, although I still use it pretty often. Okay, so for foundation, I'll be using this Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation, the Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation. And of course, with the foundation, I'll be using the Beauty Blender Sponge. So just like dab. I really like this foundation. It's very not too dewy and not too matte, not drying on my skin, and also gives off a very good, nice coverage. Okay, moving on to concealer, I'll be using this Q Cover Liquid Concealer in the shade 2BP, I think. And I'll be using this to highlight my eye, under my nose, and then chin. Acts as a highlight. And then blend it out. Because I'm wearing this contact lens, is from Olens. This is the Spanish blue one. So it kind of emphasized on my dark eye ring a little. So I added a little bit more concealer to cover up my eye bags. Because your lady here has been really tired. Speaking of tired, right? I've been super busy lately. And I still managed to go on a cruise with my mom just last week to, you know, let go. It's kind of like a healing trip lah, I would say. It was a good bonding time with my mom, plus I get to really take time off away from a lot of work because the internet kind of sucks, you know, we are in the middle of the sea, so the internet wasn't working very well, so I was pretty much stuck on the cruise. Then I feel my lifestyle became so much better because I usually sleep at like 4 AM and then I wake up at 1 to 2 PM. When I was in the cruise, cause I was there for 5 nights, right? So I kept going to the gym because there's nothing much to do. And then I wake up at 7 AM in the morning. I go to the gym, I have breakfast. Usually I skip breakfast because I wake up at 1, 2 PM. And I got so used to it when I just came back to Singapore. Like my lifestyle got stuck like that. So I wake up latest at 10 AM. I also try to exercise in the morning when I get up, cause it kind of like, I feel like my body needs it, else I feel very tired. So I guess it's a good thing that the cruise sort of forced me to have a healthier lifestyle, and I just need to keep up with it. But I unfortunately woke up at 1 PM today. Alright, you know the drill. We'll be using the Sam Tip Concealer to conceal my freckles. Few dots on my freckles. Anywhere else with redness still. And then I'll be using this Etude House Secret Brush 121 Skin. Sort of like my Over 6 for MAC, but it's much smaller. Okay, next I'll be using Fenty Beauty Instant Retouch Setting Powder, and I'll be using this to set my makeup. So to set this makeup, I'll be using the brush from Fenty Beauty as well. This is in 170 setting. Coat it with powder and we'll tap off the excess on the lid. I like to focus on my under eye first. Okay, so usually after setting the face, right, especially with this kind of setting powder, it's mattifying, so it absorbs the oil on your face. The concealer area will run off a little bit like that because concealer is sort of oilier, so it sort of absorbs the concealer away and leave like the dark marks. So I'll just be using this Boeing concealer, industrial strength concealer from Benefit, and using this small brush, just tap on the areas that sort of ran off, lightly tap it. So now onto the brows. It's slightly trickier because for the Instagram girl makeup look, right, they all have this arc eyebrow and you need a lot of precision for this, but don't you worry because for precision we can always like conceal the edges and it will look fine. So for this I'll be using this Bobbi Brown Perfectly Defined Long Wear Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Mahogany. Okay, so it's like arc like that, so it's easy to feel. And since this is focused on the arc, right, we'll just be starting off on the arc here and then we draw downwards. And then we'll fill in from the front. So after you have sort of formed this arc shape, right, it's gonna look like very thick, but it's okay because we are gonna conceal this later. So after you are roughly done with shaping your brows, just use a spoolie and blend it out. Alright, here comes the fun part. Because our brows are super bushy and ugly now, we are going to conceal the sides, and right now I'm using the Can Make color mixing concealer. Just going to be using the natural one, which is the middle shade. This is creamier, so it's easier to, you know, conceal the sides of your brows. I'm using this random brush that I found. It's a smaller concealer brush. So what you do is just to, you know, fix the sides of your brows to make it look like it's very defined. Okay, so after I'm done with that, right, because I didn't really fill up this area, I'm gonna be just drawing feather-like strokes. Okay, so now we are done with the eyebrows. I'm gonna be contouring my nose bridge as always. So here I am using the Marc Jacobs the crease brush and also the MAC wedge eyeshadow. Just be bringing it from here all the way down to my nose. Do you realize, like, on some days you can do your makeup so well, and then on some days you just kind of have bad makeup days, like it just doesn't work out. Okay, so I'm done with the nose contour, and now we'll be moving on to the eyes. So for the eyes, we'll just be using two shades, and here we have the MAC Soba eyeshadow. It's like a bit greenish kind of brown eyeshadow. It has a bit of shimmer inside, and we'll be using this Selfie Ready Detail Perfector brush from e.l.f. It's a very thick and dense crease brush. So we'll be loading up with Soba, and then I will just be applying here on the crease line. And then the under eye, just to balance out the eyeshadow. Okay, so now that we are done with that, we'll be using the Misha single eyeshadow. This is in the shade Lace Shirring. So using a small brush, this is an eye crease brush from e.l.f., but it's a very small one. We'll be loading it up and just applying it here to highlight this area. Then bringing it down to the inner corner. So I like to load it up on my fingers to, you know, highlight the brow bone as well. Okay, so now we are done with that, we'll be going on to the eyeliner. And this is my favorite Mote liner in brown black. So the one that I always use, the one that is in gold, right? That is brown, and this is brown black. And the reason why I am using this is because I ran out of the brown one. Because the focus is kind of on the eyeliner for this look, right? So you'll want to use brown black or black just so that it's more like intense. So I'll much prefer using brown black because I still find black too intimidating. So okay, so as always, for your eyeliner, do a sketch. Easiest way to start off your wing eyeliner is to make sure that the wing goes directly upwards along with your, like that, with your lower rim. So you see the lower rim, right? It should go like this and upwards. So you should draft that line like that. As always, for wing liner, make sure that it's thin from the front and thick to the back. And then fill up the gap. Okay, I'm done with my eyeliner, and I honestly think that I went too thick at the end. I don't know why my makeup is not going the way I want to today, especially. Alright, so usually the Instagram girls will stack on a stack of fake eyelashes because it's fluttery like that. But because I have tapered eyelid, I don't really like to use fake eyelashes. So I will just go with mascara. Because I have tapered eyelid like that, the max I can do with fake eyelashes is the wing at the side. But today, I'm just gonna be ending off with mascara. But if you want to go with falsies, please go ahead. So remember to curl your eyelashes. I'm using Juice to Watt eyelash curler. And then I'll be coating my mascara with the Heroin Make Long and Curl Mascara. The Instagram girls always have this very nice chiseled jawline, so we'll be using this Cheeky Bronze Mineralized Skin Finish from MAC and this fluffy brush from Makeup Forever. This is the straight and wavy side. Using this, just applying it on here, down to your cheek. This really helps to warm up your face and make you look like a bit sunburned. Okay, so now on to the bronzer. We'll be using the Fenty Beauty In The Sun bronzer. This is the lightest shade of the series. And I'll be using the Fenty Beauty bronzer brush in 190. So this one has this nice shape. Load it. Now it's time for highlight. We'll be using the highlight brush from Fenty Beauty in 120. It's the same one, like the same shape, but it's smaller. And then we have the Pixi by Petra highlight palette. This is in Subtle Sunrise. So I like to load these two colors together. The Instagram girls, you know, it's all about that glow on your face. It always looks like they're kissed by the sun. The last step is to apply this MLBB shade on your lips. So let me remove my lip balm first. Okay, so the MLBB choice of the day is the Lily May MAC Lilac Lipstick. So she's this very popular Instagram girl and she's very pretty. And this shade is called Zahara. It's a matte liquid lipstick. Can be a little bit drying, but this shade is super gorgeous and it really depicts the whole Instagram girl makeup. I get a lot of praises whenever I use this lip color. I'll be using the Advanced Therapy Smoothing Gel from Fresh, and this is the Sugar Lip Wonder Drops. I'm just gonna use a bit of this to make it less drying. Last but not least, in this horrible weather in Singapore, how humid it is, we gotta end it with a good makeup setting spray, and this is the long lasting and moisturizing one from Makeup Forever. And alright, here we are done with the makeup look, and honestly it kind of looks like my normal daily makeup. Why did it always end up looking like my usual makeup? Okay, so honestly today, the makeup didn't really go as well as what I thought it would be. After I'm done with my hair, it probably will look a little bit better, a little bit more different. Okay, so that's it for today's makeup look. I hope you like it as always, and if you have any other requests or any other makeup style that you really want me to do, please comment in the comment section below and I will get to it and create a next Get Ready With Me. Okay, so that's it for today's video and I hope to see you guys really soon. Bye!